Welcome back to the channel, guys, the Psychotic Circus of Savannah. And today we're gonna be unboxing Giggles, also known as Startling Arms Clown, or according to Haunted Hill Farm, Puddin. Puddin. I'm putting some weight on. This video is brought to you by Haunted Hill Farm. I made a really cool deal with them that they were gonna hook me up with Startling Arms Clown. I'd be able to give them a very honest review. And the best part of all is, I got you guys 20% off. Click the link below, use the code WELCOME20. You get 20% off of your first purchase at hauntedhillfarm.com. Now let's dive into this bad boy. I'm very excited to see exactly how this particular prop is and to see if Techie Toys made any improvements since the last time they released this prop. So first off we have is the clown shoes. These seem a little bit thicker than what they originally were when Techie released this prop a few years ago. We have all of his leg poles. And now we're getting into his main mech piece, which this animatronic is a bit different than what you will normally see, as his clothes are attached directly to him. I love the size of this guy's head. I did notice he has a little bit of paint chipping on his nose, but we should be able to fix that pretty quickly. His arms are attached to this as well, and it's very simple. It's just about hooking them all up to his base and his leg poles, plugging his arms into the mech that's located on the back of his body. We have his control box, we have his stand, and I was worried that he didn't have an AC adapter, but Haunted Hill Farms made sure to wrap it up like a nice little gift for me. And we have his easy to read instructions. Now these are different than the original instructions that came out. This is a Haunted Hill Farm version of the instructions, and the great news is it comes with a 1-year limited warranty. And I know the original prop did not. Yeet! First put down the stand, then match the A poles with the A poles. Ape poles? A poles. Then put on his shoes, then put his B poles onto the B poles. At this point, you're gonna wanna put his costume over the poles and then set the whole piece down below. Connect the C frame to the C poles and make sure you attach his arms directly onto the mechanism. Go ahead and connect his mechanism directly to the pole. It's on there nice and tight. And now we're just gonna connect all of our wires. Now the cool thing about this animatronic is it's actually battery operated, or you can use the AC adapter. We're gonna go ahead and use the AC adapter. But if you wanted to use the battery, all you would have to do is unscrew this with a Phillips head screwdriver and put in 4 AAA batteries. I think it's AA. Pretty positive it's AA. Let me double A check. 4 AA's. I like to always make sure that the button is in the off position and that the volume's turned down, mostly because I don't want it to scare me when I plug it in. Go ahead and take this and plug it right there into the DC adapter port. Then we're gonna turn this guy around, plug him in, and hopefully see an amazing animatronic.
Welcome to the fun house! You're next in line! Welcome to the fun house! You're next in line!
So let's go through the pros and cons of the Techie Toys Startling Arms Clown. I'm gonna roll through the pros first. First is, it's an amazing jump scare. I don't think people are really going to expect this clown to lift his hands all up and his mouth to go crazy, showing those sharp fangs. Another pro is I really like his eyes. They could have had like a clicking mechanism or something of that nature, but they decided to kind of go outside of the box and make the eyes light up between these like transparent black eyelids. I think it works really well, especially at nighttime. I really love this guy's hair. It kind of gives me like a bozo type of vibe, and I love his makeup with the sharp black parts and the blue eyeshadow and red mouth. It's like most of it looks like it should be a nice clown, but those sharp, jagged black pieces to his paint job really let you know that this guy is not your typical birthday clown. I'm really happy that Techie improved his shoes. They were a little too thin before, and now they're a bit more solid, which is sure to help last throughout the holiday season. One piece I really love is that they chose to hide his sensor inside one of his buttons. Nothing irks me more than when you can see a sensor in the middle of a clown costume. They did a great job by hiding the sensor inside of his black button. Now don't get me wrong, there are a couple cons. One thing that was a little is that he only had one saying. Another thing is that his jaw movement is still a bit loud and clicky when it goes up and down. However, if you turn his speaker up loud enough, you probably won't even hear it. One piece I did want to touch on was his arms resetting. I believe it used to be a lot slower and they've sped up that process, but it's still not as quick as I'd really like to see it. And the last piece is his hands. Even though this is a bit more like nitpicky, there's not too much detail on them. They look like white gloves from afar, but when you get close up, you'll see it has fingernails and wrinkles. I wish that they would have maybe put a little bit more detail into it, but because they didn't, I'm sure it can pass as white gloves. But what do you guys think? Put your 2 cents in the comments below. And make sure you click on the description so that you can check out the link for this guy and get that 20% off by using that welcome code, WELCOME20. I'm so happy to have this guy back in the Psychotic Circus of Savannah right in time for Halloween 2023. Happy haunts.